Hello, hello, hello. Good evening. How are you? Hope everybody is doing well. I figured I would hang out and do a live tonight. I'm going to be packing some boxes. I didn't schedule this one because we had the hurricane for a couple of days, so I didn't know who would want to come. I didn't get like people, but if you are watching this and you are a Kickstarter person and you want to come on and talk to me, I'm going to be packing up some boxes. And in between, I'm packing up all these boxes. I'm going to talk to you guys about all the cone stuff from our Kickstarters that are live now to things that are coming up in the future. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I hope you guys stick out. Please leave me a comment. Let me know you're here. Follow us on YouTube. If you haven't followed us on YouTube, like, subscribe, all that cool stuff. And that is it. How is everyone this evening? How is you guys? Did you survive the hurricane if you're in Florida? If you didn't, that's cool. I mean, it's not cool that you didn't survive, but it's cool that you're here and hanging out. But I'd really like someone to hang out with me. So if anybody would like to come on and hang out, just private message me at any platform, and I'll get you right on. But yeah, that's about it. Everything's crazy. I'm trying to send a message to the Facebooks, not the Facebooks, the Twitters. Sorry, very interesting conversation. But tonight I want to talk about being thankful, right? So I've been doing this for a little bit, and I've been trying to figure out exactly where I stand. Thanks, Trey. Back those books. Yes, please back those books. Trying to figure out where I stand in the community, what it looks like going forward, because I'm about to start going into stores with everyone's stuff. Wendy, sending out more Cthulhu. Yes, I'm sending out more Cthulhu. Hopefully, you guys is next week. Katrina, glad you're safe. Yeah, we only have 107 left to send, and a lot of those are creators. So that's good and bad. But I'm starting to go into the direct market, so I'm trying to figure out what that is. I'm looking for store exclusives, trying to figure out how I can get store exclusives, get people into store exclusives. I'm also looking at how I can build that platform, build that as well as Kickstarter at the same time. So it's interesting trying to do all those things. And, I'm overworked. There's so much stuff going on. But hopefully we'll get everything done, get everything taken over, take it over. Hopefully we'll get everything taken care of, and I can make this a career, and I can do my full-time job. Last couple of days I've been working really hard on kind of catch up with some stuff. I want to put this there. So if you want to back grade, say punk. That's how you do that. But yeah, that's what's going on with me tonight. But what's up with you? What are you guys doing? What is on the agenda for you guys? I'd love to hear your thoughts, questions, comments, concerns, all that. And again, I'm just kind of here hanging out, doing my thing. If anybody wants to jump on and talk to me, you're more than welcome to. You can jump on and tell me about your projects. I'd love to hear them. Hey, Tim, how are you? Good to see you. Granite State Punk is live. We are so close to funding, guys. We are only a little bit away. Let's bring that up real quick. Let's share this out. Share screen. Let's look at it. So we are at 4,786. We are doing great. We are almost to funded. That's a little over 200 to go. So I'd love to get there tonight. Kind of get there. We've had a tremendous amount of support. As you see, we've sent all the stuff out in the past. I think this is a really cool issue. It's about Goody Cole. Goody Cole is the first witch that was ever put on trial in New Hampshire. And we kind of go into her history, and we learn a little bit more about Zeke and what's going on with his history. By the way, we got some letter pages. They're off to Jerome to edit. Hopefully we'll get those back. But yeah, we have some really cool stuff that I'm super proud of this book, and I'm super proud of getting it together. And that we can do 2 books in a year. It's really, really dope. I'm really lucky. that Patrick believes in this book, so I get to be able to work with him a little bit. And yeah, it's just been wild trying to get everything going, trying to get this book out to where it needs to go. We've got some great cross promotions here. We've got Drumsticks of Doom, and we've got Belial, so you can get these cool prints. So it's just wild. And hopefully you guys have joined in, and hopefully you guys have backed, and that's all that, I guess. All right, what's going on? Watching some football with the oldest and counting down to the launch. That's pretty soon, right? Wendy just got home from dinner. Going to give our first ever newsletter a good once over and get it sent out tonight. Cheers. Newsletters are good. It's actually the secret to getting funded. Don't tell anybody. Saturday morning. Ooh, Baltimore Comic Con. That's a good one, from what I understand. That is a good one that I hear is highly recommended. I've got some books here because Tree Monkey was here earlier. These are books that are signed. So we're going to send some signed books out, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Like I said, I'm just kind of hanging out tonight. I'm gonna wrap some stuff. I'm inviting you, Travis. Inviting me to Baltimore? I think that's a little hard to get there. And we have still a lot of flight delays here in Florida right now. So that's a little wild. But sure, I'd be willing to go to Baltimore in the future. Absolutely. It would be very, very cool. Tonight's been a little rough on me. I'm not going to explain all the details, but I had someone turn down something that I thought was kind of a sure thing. And man, did it break my heart. It really did. It's something I should have counted on in the beginning, in the first place. But man, it really, really broke my heart that it didn't work out. I work really hard on a lot of these things, and sometimes when something doesn't work out, it's not anybody's fault. It just is what it is, and that's just sucks. And had me question a lot of things, and I was just like, what is going on? But it'll be all right. I'm doing this. I'm killing it. Doing my best to get stuff out. Hey, Jerome, what's up? I am hanging out tonight. I didn't have anything to do. I had to package some more on Cthulhu and stuff, so I figured I would come on. We have a lot of people watching right now. We're going to talk about all the state of Orange Cone. We're going to talk about all the stuff. If you are a creator and you want to come on, or you're a member of Orange Cone in any fashion, you're more than welcome to come on. Just send me a private message on the Twitters or the Facebooks and let me know, or even the YouTubes. Well, maybe not the YouTubes. The YouTubes is hard for me to understand. But on the Twitter and the Facebook, 100%. And we're going to talk about each of the projects, maybe go in on them a little bit, say what's going on, try to talk about Granite State Punk, see if we can get that funded, talk about this other book that we have going on called No Contest, nocontestcomics.com, that we've got live. So just kind of hanging out tonight. Hopefully we'll bring some guests on, and it'll not be just me talking to the wind. But who knows? That's what's going on. But yeah, we're sending out some books. Let me give me a second. Oh, I'm way too close to you guys. Sorry about that. I didn't plan ahead for this part. We have a mess because of the hurricane. All right, I'm lying. I was ready. Here, look at this print. It's pretty cool. Look at it. It's great. Got this one too. Look at that. So when we package stuff, we can put the two prints in the books. See, the books. They get those, and then they get this thingamajiggy right here. They get that. Oh. And then they get a couple other things too that I'll grab. We got some comments here. Hi, glad to see you're doing well. Hey, Alan, how are you? I am doing well. You are more than welcome to come on, by the way. We're just kind of hanging out tonight. It's not like our normal creator hangout. This is just me talking about Orange Cone. But if you want to talk about your Kickstarter, we're more than welcome to, because I don't know anybody who wouldn't want to back a book called Grandmother Chainsaw. So we should definitely talk about that. But yeah, that's that. Then I take this. I wrap it with this. Now, most people would like make sure it evenly stays out and looks perfect. Maybe even use, I don't know, like scissors. Not me, bro. Not me. Look, it's about where I want it. We're going to rip it. We're gonna rip it. No issues about it. I ain't scared. We're gonna rip it. But yeah, so we're gonna talk about some stuff. We're gonna go over the Kickstarter. We're gonna do some stuff. We're gonna send out some packages together, make sure people are fulfilled. We're a little late on sending out Cthulhu. Facebook user. Tap, tap, tap. Is that this thing on? Yes, it is. However, I can't see who you are. Sorry about that. I don't know who you are. So if someone can tell me who you are, that would be great. Yeah, sure. I got Alan wants to come on, so we'll get that message out to Alan. Talk about his book in a second. But yeah, it's been a wild ride. It's Kyle Willis. Oh, hell's yeah, it's Kyle Willis. How are you, Kyle Willis? Are you all ready for New York Comic Con? Hopefully. Kyle Willis is a great dude. I'm so excited. I had a great time in New Hampshire. I still need your hookup with some of that stuff. I'll call you ASAP. He says, maybe pay the upgraded StreamYard that shows the name in the comments. I am paying for the upgraded StreamYard. You actually have to give permission now. That was a new update. You have to pay to give them permission. I actually am paid. So there. I'm actually paid at the highest I think you can. Well, it's broken. I'm not giving my email to anybody. I don't think you got to give your email. I just think you got to authorize it to talk, like StreamYard/Facebook. Go to that and give it permission. That's it. Hey, Jay, how are you? I am doing well. I survived the storm. I'm shipping out some packages to Kickstarter backers, which is cool. And we're kind of talking and hanging out, talking about some Orange Cone projects. We're going to go through all the catalog of Orange Cone tonight. We're also going to talk with some guests who are going to come on in just a second. I see him in the background. I'll get him in a second. Click, 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 click. We're going to get him. Kyle Willis and Cowbound Comics is great. I need to come out there and do a signing. We need to figure some stuff out. I love the dude. I think he's great. Clicky, click, 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 click. So without further ado, let's invite our first guest on who's going to hang out, talk about comics with us. A great dude. Promoted my book in his update today, which I loved. It is Alan. How are you, Alan?
Hey, can you hear me okay?
I can.
Okay, perfect. For some reason, it always seems like it wants to auto default back to my regular settings instead of my headset.
Kyle, it says nothing. You're still at sheesh.
Sheesh.
So how are you, good sir?
Dude, I'm fine. Who cares about me? How are you in the middle of the hurricane?
It's been it's hard to sleep during a hurricane.
Yeah, it does. It doesn't provide the same sound effects of like the good white noise of like just rain falling.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. The winds are howling at various speeds.
Yeah.
So it was rough, but it's not bad. I mean, we were very lucky. We didn't lose power once. Our everything looks fine. So
good.
Good to go. All right.
We're good.
Clicked it, refresh the video page. No wonder some people get frustrated and bow out. Well, Kyle, I know it's you, so I guess it doesn't matter. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. You got enough bandwidth for those arms?
Yeah, flex those guns, baby.
I don't feel that this is a very muscular shirt. Am I supposed to wear it like this?
Yeah, that's the new standard for your stream now. You just always just.
I want to be seen. Kyle Willis, you are one of the most important people in my world. I love you. I love your store. I love everything you do. I think you're great. I can't wait this year. We have some exclusive covers and stuff that we're going to talk about. Because Kyle's great. And he did, I just boxed it up, but he did this cover that I'm putting together. Right here. Sorry. He did this cover. I mean, look at that cover. I can't wait for his Neverland one.
Look at that.
He's a good artist. All right, hold on. Who else we got? No matter what it is, Travis looks like he just woke up. All right, here's the fucking thing. Let's address this, okay? I hate my hair in every way, shape, or form. If I was in charge, I would be slicking it back like I was Antonio Banderas because he looks fucking cool. However, my wife likes my curls, and I don't know how to manage curls. I don't have a fucking curling iron. I don't know what that is. I don't know how these things work. So I just leave it a hot mess and hope that she finds me attractive.
You okay, Travis? Is there more we need to talk about?
Yeah.
than just comics today?
I'm fine. Greetings from New Hampshire. Look forward to seeing Granite State Punk and seeing our club immortalized in a comic book. Maybe if we're blessed with a signed copy or two, glad to see you safe from the storm. Well, you can go to granitescapepunk.com. It'll bring you to the Kickstarter, and you can get a couple of copies. So we'll get that up there. But I am making plans to get to Jetpack. Yes, very soon. Joey, what's up, Joey? How are you? Joey is the marketing agent of Alan over here, but I think they're also friends. Would you say you're friends?
Define friends.
Well, if you weren't paying him, would you talk to him?
Oh God,
that's a tough one.
Oh no, hang on, I'm having connection issues. Oh God, oh no. No, Joey's a really good dude. Yeah, he's helped us out a lot, man. Put us in front of a lot of people.
Nice. I like Joe. I actually am very close to the point where I need to stop not hiring people and just do it. But I don't, because whatever. So Grandma Chainsaw is launching. You have launched just as many things as me this year. It's been crazy.
And it always seems like we launch at the same time. Like we never planned this. It always just happens. It's like you, me, and Pat Shand. It's always guaranteed that we're launching. And whenever I launched Grandma Chainsaw, I was really happy that you didn't launch the same time that I did. We actually had like a week gap for once. But Pat launched the same day. And I'm just like, oh my God, I wish he would stop. Let me have it, please.
Yeah, right?
Oh, God.
Oh, he's only here for Alan's arms. All right, Joey, show Alan's arms.
I got a tattoo on it. That's it.
I would get a tattoo. I always shave my head to avoid dealing with hair. Fair enough. Hey, Philip. How are you, brother? Good to see you. Joey's dope. You know it. I know Joey's dope. I don't argue that Joey's dope. Well wishers in that they don't wish each other any specific harm. John, why don't you come in and we talk about our crossover print? Who is Alan? Alan is a gentleman who used to be below me in every single way, and then I read his book and I was like, all right, he's a decent writer.
Yeah.
Actually, I would even say good. I would say.
Oh, okay, cool. I elevated up to
yeah, I would even say good book.
Thank you.
Actually, sidebar for that. So right now, I'm sending out a package that it was specifically asked for. Hey, did you send out this one? And I didn't. But when I looked it up, it looks like it's a dad and a mom, and they've split up because they both have the last name. And I'm pretty sure it's a dad and a mom because they live in the same town of this guy. But the guy only asked me if he sends it to his dad. So is he mad at his mom? Like, why didn't he ask about his mom as well? These are the questions that I have. Anyway, sorry. But yes, I think you're a good writer, Alan. I do. Or maybe Will's a good writer, and you are.
Yeah, it's not me at all. Yeah, I just.
Let me revise. Maybe you're not.
I'm just the.
Will is fantastic.
Yeah, I'm just the body of the group. That's all it is. They just throw me out there because they know I'm willing to talk to people.
Yeah, Will's the good writer, and you're right.
Yeah, I'm just here. I'm riding Will's coattail.
And then Alan has leveled up in the world recently, and he's got that good SourcePoint contract at a great time too. SourcePoint is putting out some great books, so it's the best time to be at SourcePoint. There is no offense to SourcePoint, and please don't judge me for saying this. There was a year where I was just like, I don't care if I buy a SourcePoint book, and then Garrett Gunn was like, oh yeah, have you seen my shit? Here you go.
And then it was all over from there.
Do you like it? What do you like my stuff? But yeah, John, come on. Who's Alan? So yeah, Alan has a good book. We'll talk about it in just a second. Joe is one of the best PR people you can get. Wow. Awkward. Laugh out loud. Joe Gibb hates me. I don't hate you, Joey. I don't hate you.
I just dislike
you. You want money from me. And that's, not that you're
that's
not
a problem. All right.
just
accept it, Jerry.
Yeah. I run a lot of things at the same time. A lot more than Alan. Alan only runs 2 at the same time that I know of. Yep. I run like 6 And all of them want my money. So going, hey, another person going, hey, where's my money? Scares me. It just scares me. I'm not saying I'll never do it. I'm just saying it scares me. 1 cent out. That's it. I just throw it on the floor. I never actually send it. I just
That's how it works.
Right. But it gives them a tracking number and everyone feels safe.
Yeah, everyone feels just a little bit more secure that way.
So do you want to talk about your book? Do you want to talk about my book? Do you want to talk about Chuck saying you're a hottie? What do you want to do?
Let's talk about both. Actually, let's talk about all three of those things. Chuck, thank you for first.
Right.
But yeah, let's just get into both of our stuff.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's bring up your stuff. Oh, somebody else wants to come hang out. All right, we can have other people hang out. Remember, guys, just because I'm having more of a casual thing does not mean I'm not going to yell at you and tell you to back shit. So
yeah,
if
like just
you're here and you're like, oh, Travis is going to be cool, I'm not going to get yelled at. No, that's not going to happen. Just so you know.
But every time I come on here, he usually just berates me for a little bit, and then that's about it.
I'm very proud of you.
I
love the end of Hocus Pocus. I thought it was great.
Yep.
I love it's good, and you keep sending me extra stuff, so that I appreciate that.
Whatever. You're not supposed to say that on here, Travis.
Well, it's not like tons of extra stuff. It's just a couple. Hi, Tim.
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
It's not like
it's Tim.
Hey, Alan. How are you?
Hey, Tim. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing well.
How you doing? Good.
We're getting some feedback, some echoes from you.
Yeah, I don't want to hear my voice more than what I have to, Tim. God. Yeah, I don't want to hear my voice more than what I have to, Tim.
Maybe I'll grab my headphones.
Oh, his doesn't repeat. It's not repeating now. Maybe it's just when he sits in front.
Yeah. Might have that speaker on. Who knows?
But yeah, so I have a lot of books coming out and doing a lot of things, and I'm breaking into that direct. When is your first direct Pocus Hocus coming out?
So I think it's slated for middle of next year.
So like June?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just I don't know, man. It's super exciting. Everything's exciting right now. We got a lot of good stuff coming up.
I wish it was sooner. Maybe I know that there's a store looking for an exclusive cover.
We can provide
for specifically for MegaCon, and they want people to come to MegaCon. So
we can provide. And I don't know if you saw this too, but we actually got picked up by SourcePoint for Grandma Chainsaw.
I saw that. Was that in the middle of the campaign?
Yeah.
Okay, because I was like, I swore I saw a bad bug on this somewhere.
Yeah, it was like right before we started, actually, which is just kind of funny how it all happened. But yeah, man, so that's exciting there too.
Nice.
Yeah.
And what's really cool about you that you get to do that I don't get to do is you get to sell retail tiers. Like for Granite State Punk, I can't sell any retail tiers.
Mm-hmm.
If I was going to do retail tiers, like I would be funded all day. Because I got people private messaging me, can I get some Granite State Punk? But not so much. Alan's like the kid you would pick on in school. He tries to turn the other cheek and then make him mad, and you think you're going to pounce in the dirt, and then he takes his shirt off.
That's like oddly specific for what I would do.
Wow, all right.
Oh, hey, there's Tim.
July 2023. Okay. You good, Tim? Sounds worse somehow.
Yeah, I think he needs to change his settings now for where it's coming out of.
All right, while he's doing his thing, we'll bring up yours first. We'll talk about Grandma Chainsaw. Now, I don't know if you know this because you don't have any kids, as far as I'm aware.
No,
legitimate ones, right?
Right. Yeah, none that I know of yet.
Right. Well, this Tim, it's worse. We'll deal with the echo. Tim muted himself. I think he's still trying to fix it. You trying to fix it, Tim? All right. All right. You let me know when you're ready. All right. So Grandma Chainsaw is live. It is on Kickstarter. You want to tell us what this is about? And hold on. I forgot what I was talking about. 3-year-olds. So 3-year-olds play a game called Granny. And it's all about this grandmother who chases them around to kill them. She's like an undead granny. She's nothing like Grandma Chainsaw. But I find it interesting that you're tapping into the 3-year-old market. It's a bold move. They don't have any money.
We decided that we needed to hit a new demographic,
right?
And we just weren't delivering where we felt like we really needed to, and where our strong suit was.
So tell us about this book. And
it's one of those, dude. It just does what it says on the label, right? It's our take on a serial killer grandma who kills her victims with a chainsaw. Yeah, I mean, like that's really it. It's our slasher, and it's so much fun, and we're so excited to get this out to people. Whenever I met up with you was it the end of last year?
Somewhere around there, yeah.
Was it like that? Yeah, you got to see the first like concept pages for it, which is really cool, and then now it's cool to actually be here talking with you about it and seeing it like almost complete.
Yeah, I love getting the Ignacio. Ignacio is fantastic. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, he absolutely incredible, man.
Now, what is that? Is that another cover that I'll unlock?
No, so all those are prints.
Okay,
that's going to be included. Yeah, we have a magnet and 2 prints that we're doing with it.
I mean, that could be a cover. I mean,
oh yeah, easily. Because it was funny because we already had all the covers, and we didn't want to do more than 4.
Sure.
And then of course we have the special edition cover for the
glow in the dark.
Yeah. And then Ignacio sent that. I'm just like, my God. Like, it's just so good. It's too good.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. But don't be afraid to not use that for issue 2. Don't be scared. Don't be scared.
Yep.
Joey says the twist will kill you. Is the chainsaw the one who's killing people? And
yeah, it's sentient. Yeah, it's like it's hard. It's really, this is our take on Frosty the Snowman, because we just put a hat on the chainsaw and then it just comes to life.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I didn't mean to give away the ending on the show or anything.
It is Grandma the Hat.
Yes.
Okay.
Frosty the Grandma. Yes.
Frosty the Grandma.
But yeah, we launched last Tuesday. Yeah, we launched the 20th, and we funded day 1, which was awesome.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're at that amazing Kickstarter lull period where you're right in the middle of the campaign.
Right.
Yep. So, but we really appreciate the outpouring of support. It's a new title, and this is still pacing to be our biggest one.
You're doing great. I'm very proud of it. Like I said, it looks great. I love this artist.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is for anyone watching that's followed us or backed anything else that we've done. This is the exact same team that we had for Pocus Hocus.
Yeah, it's good, but you could tell the different style, right? And the colors and the stuff. I think there's some cool stuff here.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
So Tim, can you talk to us yet?
Oh, Tim.
Would that be a no?
I don't think. Yeah, I think that's a no.
Not yet. All right. Figure out when you can talk to us. But back this. So tell me, why does SourcePoint allow you to have retail tiers?
Just because they're pretty hands off with the actual Kickstarter itself.
Okay.
So and that's something that's awesome about Kickstarter or SourcePoint.
Yeah.
Is they really let the creator breathe. And yeah, so once it actually goes into shops, that's when things are going to change a little bit. But we still have a while for Grandma Chainsaw for that one.
Joey, you're not in charge today. I will play the trailer when I want to. I like the trailer. I played it before, but I'm not going to play it right now, specifically because you're trying to tell me how to run my not even a show. Me randomly decided to go on StreamYard and post. Tim, did I hear you talk a little bit?
I think so. You got me now?
Yeah. Oh my God, we got Tim.
We got
Thanks,
Tim.
brother.
How are you, brother?
I'm doing well. Thanks for your patience. I got this new laptop and I have, I broke my cardinal rule, you see, which is never try to just jump on without having your audio headphones on. Because I was getting like a weird loop kind of thing, you know, it was feeding back. And I hope I didn't kill the good vibe that you had going, guys.
No, Tim, you just enhanced the vibe.
Thanks for saying that. Thanks for saying that. So, yeah, I've been following both your projects, man. I'm really looking forward to both of them.
Oh, awesome. I appreciate it, dude. Yeah, go ahead, Tim.
I was say we got a bunch of mutual friends out there in the comics verse, so it's always nice to sort of get together and chat. Not to mention, Travis, I've got a number of friends that live down in Sarasota, as you know, and I was glad to see that everybody pretty much bounced back as near as I can tell. It was a pretty hairy couple of days.
I haven't heard from the thing that I'm most worried about is Scout Comics and Comic Impressions. Comic Impressions does a lot of printing for a lot of people, so I'm hoping they're good. I actually have something that's due on the 15th. Hopefully they can make it because I know they've shut down for 3 days, so who knows. And then what else we got? Then Scout Comics is right there too. So Scout exactly. Comics, they good, you know. I don't know. I'm scared.
While I had a quick minute on the air here, I wanted to give a quick shout out because, you know, I am chapter mates with your lovely wife, I understand, in the latest Cthulhu book, or I guess now that's the second most latest, which was just released. And of course you can get your copy on Amazon if you want to check out Cthulhu is Hard to Spell Battle Royale.
We only talk about Cthulhu invading stuff here, not the stuff again. Alan, people just think they're in control when I do my shit.
Oh no, what's going on? I can't see any of the comments. Is it Joey?
Will and Alan are very humble, and they're both terrific writers and people.
Oh, well, thank you, Joey. I appreciate that.
Well, I don't know who's a good writer. I need Will and Alan to write an issue
separately and see what happens,
so I can see who
then I'll give away my mojo.
I assume I like one of them. I just don't know which one.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine next time you meet with me, I go through your books and I point out all the things I like, and you're like,
I didn't
walk
do that.
away just going, all Will.
Yeah. None of this was me.
So, Tim, when are you launching next? There's been a lull. You did like 2 back-to-back, and then there's been a small lull. Where have you been?
Right. I had, without going into too much detail, had a little bit of an issue with a colorist. I feel comfortable mentioning it here because he won't necessarily see this broadcast. Sure. But I got my next one should launch in about 2 weeks here. That'll be the 4th issue of Water Wars 2288. And it's, you know, I'm biased, as you probably guessed, but it's a pretty good one.
Who's that? Who told you this? Do you have 1,000 reviews like Alan on his book?
I don't have 1,000 reviews. I don't have 1,000 reviews.
Then no one knows. Or you need to hire Joey. Joey can get you 1,000 stuff.
But I do got to, you know, I got my own thing going on. You know, these are being anthologized here with Antarctic Press. So I got a little bit of national distribution. And as you know, we write our own theme songs. So we got a pretty good one coming up. It is a Greco-Roman metal theme song. So if you like sort of a Game of Thrones / metal theme song, this is the place to go. And I'd like to mention also to my fellow Kickstarter makers, that is a service now that we provide for other creators if you want to put together a nice theme song. And this is something that, you know, we kind of sit down with the creator and we go through the themes and, you know, what the tone of the book is, and we match something that'll go along with your project.
That's awesome. Do you have a pre-launch page? Have you put it together yet?
I did. Actually, I'm hoping to put it up this weekend. It's done. I got a little bit of editing to do. But, you know, I'm a little bit different. I don't like the Kickstarters I do. The book's actually done before I put them up. So
that's good.
Yeah. I guess it's good for backers in a way, too. They can have some confidence. But in my case, I think I mentioned to you last time, I've got too much anxiety to say, hey, I just got to finish the art and the coloring and the lettering and the pre-production, and then it's ready to go. Like if you see mine on Kickstarter, basically my goal is it's 50% lettered. You know what I mean? It's what I would consider in the can.
This is the first project. Granite State Punk is the first project that's not 100% done.
Oh, Travis, you're breaking your rule.
Yeah, I am breaking my rule. I'm doing it for several reasons. One, Patrick's just that effing good and fast. Two, there's so many books that I have in production that if I delay for that, it's tough. So my rule is I send out one and then do the next one, or not send out. I send out the digital and then go to the next one and just do it. But yeah, this is the first one where I break my rule. But I just posted in the first update that all 24 pages are done. Okay. So they're now done. They just weren't when I launched. He's just got to color them, which doesn't take him a lot of time. I'll be done by the end of the week, is what he says. So I will be done before the end of the Kickstarter.
Good.
But that's a break of my rules. And Tim, that's a good rule. That's a solid good rule.
Yeah, thanks, man. And I just tried something else too, because I was, for the longest time, I was packaging the books up myself and going back and forth to the post office and this and that. But my last book, number 3, I did the fulfillment with Comics Wellspring up here. They're based out of Michigan. And as you know, there was 1 or 2 wrinkles in that process. Some of the single issues, I had some damages I had to replace. But I can tell you that I wouldn't go back to the old way. It's, you know what I mean? It's not that I'm afraid of the post office or anything like that, but it was, once you get past a certain number of customers, it's a huge undertaking to be schlepping boxes back and forth to the post office and printing your labels, and everybody does it a little bit different, but it was burglarizing a lot of my time. It was taking me, I could have written 2 more books in this space. It was taking me to fulfill all the orders.
So when is that number? Because this one was 872 backers. 800 to ship. Is that when should I go to fulfillment? Did I miss it?
You're a better man than I am. So you're taking what to the post office at a time? 100, 200?
No. I do 20 a day, and just do it like that. I just do 20 a day. I do it at night or do it in the morning.
That's not too bad.
I own my own business though, so that gives me a little freeway. I don't have to go in anywhere per se.
Sure.
That's why it allows me to do that, but.
Well, since you asked, I would say for me that number is 100, 150. It's just, the logistics of it was just not convenient for me. And it's something that I felt the cost was very reasonable. They had a deal going where I'm not trying to shill for them. I'm probably going to screw it up. But it was something to the effect of, if you ran a banner ad on your Kickstarter, that would give you the 20% off, or it might have been 15%. But in any event, that amount of the savings essentially paid for, and then some, for the for any fees that you might have incurred for the fulfillment process. Right. So it's a hair less profitable, but of course you got a good chunk of time being handed back to you. And as I'm fond of saying, time is actually more than money, right? You can, if you run out of money, you can always go back and make some more, but if you're out of time, you're done.
That's deep. Alan, you should have wrote that. Tim.
Yeah.
Will would have wrote that, but no, not you, Alan.
Evan says, but yeah, Will would have done that, but now you got me.
I wanted to try and say something intentionally deep. You get in a room full of writers. You gotta
right. No, it's good. That's good. Who is it your same team?
We're alternating 3 teams. This is the same group that was on number 2. Okay, it's a fellow by the name of David Dion.
Was number 2 Hunchback, or is that the third?
No, number 2 was let's see, I might have one. Might recognize it here. I happen to be sitting in Mighty Earth Dog Studios headquarters. Okay. Which it might seem like a ping pong table in my basement, but I assure you,
it's not.
It's an international conglomerate. It was this team, if you remember these guys. So, yeah, and it came out great, man. It's like I say, I'm pretty biased, but it's the best one. And, that's the idea, right? We keep trying to level up each time. And they say, at least I've had people say to me, you might have more insight into this. Both you fellows have more experience than I do. But they say once you get past the 6th issue of something, that's when you start to get, you get legs, so to speak. People can't necessarily ignore it. Nobody told me to stop, so I always keep going. So, I have it plotted out to something like number 8 or almost number 9. And matter of fact, I got one on the burner. I was going to try and submit one with you, Travis, this horror story. But as I told you, I got delayed, so I'm only about 2 or 3 pages in with the art team.
Nice. Yeah, let me know. I'm always looking for stuff. We're always doing stuff. But speaking of stuff, let's bring mine up real quick. I want to bring Granite State Punk. We haven't done that yet. Well, I did it a little bit, but by the way, second box going out.
856 more, and you're good to go.
I'm down to the last 105, so it's not bad. All right. It only gets hard when it gets international. That'd be the only time I'd pay somebody.
Yeah, that is a pain.
All right, let's see, Punk. Alan, you still good?
Yeah, dude, I am good.
Still there, being sexy.
Nope, solid steel and sex appeal, baby.
Showing those arms.
I don't know why or how that even became a thing.
I don't even know what happened with that.
I don't know.
By the way, guys, if anybody is watching this and you have a Kickstarter, you have something going on that you want to talk about, come on in. We can talk about it. We can keep doing the stuff. We're just hanging out tonight. I normally would do my creator hangouts, my like official one, but because of the storm and it was still blowing till like 6 or 7 o'clock tonight, I was scared to like let people know, hey, I'm going to go live. So I just figured I'd wing it.
It's good to see you, man.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. All right. Looks like I got a backer since we've been talking. That's cool. So we are less than $200 now.
Perfect.
Which is pretty cool. Preach. Trying to get there. This is a big goal for me. 5,000 is not normally where I start out.
Well, I mean, so the book last time you were just shy at 10K,
right?
If I remember. Like, so this is extremely doable, man.
Yeah, I hope so. But I'm doing less days though. 15 days.
It's always, it's the Kickstarter timeline, right? Like first 2 or 3 days, amazing. Everything else after that's terrible. Last 48 hours, amazing.
Well, there is a trick. I can tell you a trick on how to get a whole bunch of backers.
What's the trick, Travis?
Everyone's like, what? There's what? There's what?
Yeah, tell me the trick. Spin me a web.
Yeah, that's it's Hurricane. It was me because you swall. All right, hold on. Let's go over my book real quick. So Greatest Day Punk, this is the second issue. It's the first time I've ever done a second issue in a year, which is cool. Normally it takes a year in between, not because it takes a year to make, but because I have other projects. But I bumped this up because we have a scout gig. This is a book, much like Alan. Not to be outdone by Alan, I also have a book with a publisher. This is with Black Caravan, the cool kids of Scout Comics. Of course, as I say that, I realize that Alan is also in the cool kids of Source Point. So whatever. So it's a really cool book. Really excited about it. We studied Goody Cole. She's the first witch that's ever been on trial in New Hampshire. It is just as good as the first one if you liked it. And I say that as someone who has always hated my second issues. I think because it's another one shot. I got past that curse where I always feel issue 2s are dull, are tough. What do you guys feel about that?
So I think issue 1s are way worse.
Really?
Yeah. So from my experience anyway, just because you have to try to find that balance as a writer between telling a good story for your issue 1 and also character developing and hoping that people come back. Because issue 2, like even with Grandma Chainsaw, like, dude, we're so happy with how it turned out. Way better than what we thought. But issue 2 is really where everything finally gets to pick up, right? Because it's like we have all of our characters, we have the stage set, we have everything ready. And I think that the issue 1 campaign is always the wait and see, and then issue 2 is kind of like, again, in my experience, that's where you start seeing the people that come back that really like the book, and the ones that take you serious too, because you do see this a lot in Kickstarter world, where people will make a book and they don't release another one for a while, right? Or if at all. So I think that the Kickstarter crowd also wants to make sure you're going to follow through with your commitment on making a series. That's my long-winded answer saying, yeah, issue 2. Yeah.
What do you think? Well, no, you said issue 1 is harder.
Yeah, issue 1's harder, but that's why issue 2 is so important. Yeah.
I agree with what Alan said. And I do think that there is an element to the Kickstarter community that what's a good way to say it? Like if you have a couple of issues in the can, they're kind of waiting for that next one. And I think it gives all of us some legitimacy if you can sort of deliver it as good a story than the second one, if not better. So, I would say that, one of the things that I've noticed about new comic creators that they struggle with is they say things like, man, I got this 120-page 15 chapter epic that I'm trying to
fantasy epic, sci-fi epic.
Yeah, it's always fantasy epic, right?
And I tell them all the same thing. I say, man, you might want to start out with an 8-pager and, see if you can sort of find your audience a little bit, and you can hone your chops a little, because, if you jump right into something that's 30, 40 pages, you're going to struggle a little bit, and you might not even find an audience with that first one. So kind of how I started, most of the stories that we have in our books can be broken up into 8-page chapters, 8 or 10 pages anyway. And they are all standalone stories. That said, they do all connect and the characters continue in each issue.
And grow,
But
sure.
But if you just read one 8-pager, it's a story. You know what I mean? You wouldn't be lost. And, well, what happened to each one is sort of self-contained, because not everybody's into the big epic saga. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I kind of am, but I get it that a lot of customers aren't.
Sure. Well, and it's a lot to commit to. You're thinking about comic creators. They can take some books take a long time to come out, like Alan showed, and we've seen it too, where sometimes if they're gone a long time and they come back, they hit it running when they come back. Sometimes they come back to crickets. It's a crapshoot. It's really scary.
There's no way to predict it, right?
Yeah. So for me, here's why issue 2 is harder. Issue 1, for me, I know exactly what I'm doing. I know the story. I know the cliffhanger at the end of 1. I know the setup. I'm building the universe and showing that off and showing that that's cool. Like, I'm slamming that in your face. And I'm pushing, all that momentum really high. I'm pushing the drama, the stakes, everything as high as I can in issue 1. And then in issue 2, you've got to drop it a little bit. You got to drop those stakes a little bit to kind of even it out, so you can rise back up through 3 and 4, right? So you want to rise up, or 2, 3, 4, and 5, depending on the case may be. Because very few books go up. We're not John Wick movies, right? We can't just go big. Like, all stories can't be that way. I wish they were, but they just can't.
Yeah.
So for me, issue 2 are always harder. So because you're always introducing new characters that are going to be important, you're always having to slow things down a little bit to build it back up for the future arcs. So issue 2s have always been hard for me. I really don't like broke down issue 2. It's a struggle for me. It's not a bad issue. It's not my favorite. Same thing with Voodoo 2. I think it's the weaker of the 3. That's just something for me. Though the next 2 that I have out, expired issue 2, I think is way better than issue 1. Mm-hmm. I think Granite State Punk, this sequel, is on par with the first one, and I think Granite State Punk is my best work. So I don't know. This is my thoughts and opinions. So, all right. So I promise you guys a trick. Okay.
Yeah, let's hear it.
No, I'll show you it. I'm not gonna hide anything. Let me just bring it up. I can bring it up. So we're gonna do some education time. I wish I had I wish I was a real YouTuber, so I had a little video education time, do like that, but nothing. I don't got anything like that because I'm lame. Tim, I'm lame, aren't I?
I don't think so. I think you got the pulse of the people, Travis.
The pulse of the people.
All right. So this is Backer Kit. Have you guys seen Backer Kit? Do you guys know what Backer Kit is? You're probably intimidated by it. People have told you to use it and you refuse to use it, right?
Oh, every day.
I am on one of those people who say don't use it. It's a pain in the ass. I don't like it. It's never made me tons of money like it's supposed to on the fulfillment side. But what it has done is there is a thing called launch. So let's go to a launch service. We'll go to Cthulhu. Okay. So what launch is, launch will send out an email to your backers and let them know. So this is very similar to Kickstarter, the new versus returning. But I sent out some stuff to them. I sent out using launch. And they sent out 1,526 emails to individual people. And this is how much I raised. $3,685.
Okay.
That cost me $100. So it takes your old information on your old campaigns and then it sends out and it gets back. So I know what you're thinking. Well, yeah, of course, Travis. Cthulhu's big. Like, I don't have a big campaign like Cthulhu. Okay. Well, let's look at a smaller campaign. Let's look at here. Oh, actually, you can see it right there. The answer's right there. I sent out 7,770 because I realized that you can send it out multiple times during the campaign. And I raised, I don't know if you can read that, but it's $674 on that. So all it does is sends out an email to your backers, your returning backers and your new backers. It sends them all out and tries to get their stuff. And it works every time. So it costs you $100 stuff. But the secret is you have to have a few different campaigns. Like Tim, I don't think you're quite there yet just because you just started making the 100 mark. But Alan, you've been doing pretty well since the beginning, and you have 4 issues. And this one, I bet you get this. You probably get a little under what I got for Voodoo.
Yeah, so probably about 400 ish.
I think you get like 4 to 5.
Yeah.
So if you sent it out through there, which is great. That's a great return on investment for 100, right? You're spending 100 and you get that back. So it's really cool. I don't recommend the backer kit side of it because that's complicated. You got to learn how to use it. You got to do all these things. But that side of it has really produced for me and for most people. So I highly recommend that.
It's a good tip.
Dropping some knowledge.
Some truth bombs.
Some truth bombs. And you'll, I'll let you know when I use it, Alan. So I'm still early launch. I'll probably use it on Monday of next week. I'll probably pay the 100 for Granite State. And you'll see a big spike. If you look at my kick tracks for my campaigns, you'll get it. And you got to remember the Kickstarter algorithms too. If you can get a big spike later on, they're going to promote you back up to the top again.
Yeah.
So I wait till Pat Shannon or someone launches that I'm scared of. Spend money and
you have to, right?
Pay attention to me, please.
Notice me, senpai.
Hello, got home from work. Joe, I saw this earlier, but are you okay? How was the storm, hurricane for you? Are you okay? I want you to be safe. All my stuff is all over the place, guys, as I'm trying to pack and also pay attention to you guys. I found one postcard. There's one. That's good. So I have right now 3 Kickstarters live. Is that crazy?
So I know of No Contest, and then obviously Granite State Punk. What's the other one?
All right. I wanted to go to No Contest yet, but we can go to the other one. Let me show you. I got another one. I'm actually surprised Tim is not in this one. And Alan, you've got your first anthology work, right?
Yeah.
Coming up?
That's it. I think they're shooting for middle of next month.
Okay.
Oh, I bet you I know which one you're talking about. Show us, Travis.
Hold on. Hold on before I do that. I got to talk to Joe. Still no power in here, but I'm sacrificing my battery for you guys, just FYI. Joe, I don't think that's the best plan. We are not that entertainment.
Yeah, you don't want to use this.
Yeah, we are not the best use of your battery power. Just so you know. Got a test print for a poster I'm working on getting printed. Posted on my Instagram. Nice. So, Sean, wait, what are you talking about again? Oh, I just gave them tips on how to get, about $400 more on their campaign. So I ran over some tips on how to do it. Is what I did. And we're just talking about Kickstarters and stuff. Sean, I know you have one live if you want to come on and talk about yours. Nonsense. It's been well worth it so far, gentlemen. Oh, thank you, Joe. Thank you, Joe. Well, Alan could use a new back if you've never backed it. I can always use a new back if you haven't backed us. I mean, but you don't have power, so it also feels
it feels kind of scummy, right?
Was this the one you were thinking of, Tim?
Is that let me see what you got there. Okay. Oh, Nathan, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I did know about that one. I thought you were going to talk about the other post-apocalyptic one, but you're right. I do know Nathan a little bit, and like I say, we're chapter mates, right? Once you start getting in a couple of books together with other people, but I didn't have my act together in time for this one.
No, it's a good little book. I like it. I did this story right here. It's leprechauns versus Native Americans. It's a lot of fun. I'm excited. But it's
Who wins, Travis?
spoiler. I can't tell you.
Yeah, no, tell everybody. This is an exclusive for watching.
Don't ruin
your
it,
show.
man. Don't ruin
Exclusive,
it.
exclusive. You got to buy the book to know who wins.
But yeah, that does look really good.
It's probably who you think. I mean, or probably not who you think. I don't know. Are you more Irish? Are you more, Native American? Are you pro America? I don't know. But yeah, it's a cool book. I like it. It's hardcover only, which I like. It's a neat book. But yeah, this is the other campaign that I'm on, Alan. I haven't promoted it as much just because I have. I can only really promote two things at once. And I've got and I've got another one launching in a couple of days.
Which one's that?
Tales of the Collective Halloween special.
Oh, I heard about that one too.
Yeah. So Tales of the Collective Halloween special, that's going launch. Joe, I backed KSP last night before I lost power. I'll hit Alan's in a few. Yeah, Joe, you really like Alan's.
Whenever I get power back, we'll get Grandma Chainsaw rolling.
I would, but I'm building yet another Kickstarter for another book I'm doing.
Oh my gosh,
Sean, you're talking to me, Alan, and Tim. We do that all the time. That's
why
not
do we,
impressive.
Why do we do it? That's my big question
here.
Right? Like, it's funny because like every time I run a Kickstarter, it's always just the same feeling of why am I doing this to myself? God.
And the worst part is like trying to keep your emotions intact, right? Like if you don't fund or you're not where you want it to be, and trying to keep that gratefulness and the gratitude about it, right?
Yeah, no, definitely.
Even more when you know it's gonna get where you need it to go. You just want it there now.
Yeah, I know. It's like you wish you could just look into a crystal ball and see where it ends,
right?
So that way you don't have to worry about anything.
Yeah.
You know?
Why doesn't this have 872 backers like Cthulhu? I don't understand.
Yeah. Why does no one love me?
I got to tell you though, like going back to the launch and the backer kit and all that thing messes me up because of the Cthulhu's, right? Because it's like there's people who only back the Cthulhu stuff. I understand that.
Yeah.
So totally, my numbers aren't like based on my writing. It's Cthulhu. I wish there was a way I could separate Cthulhu out. You only have 5% returning backers. I was like, no, I have a lot of returning backers. Just you're counting a lot of Cthulhu people who won't back until I have another Cthulhu.
Yeah.
All right. Blake, nobody wins. Nobody wins. No, that's not true. Somebody wins.
Blake, what's up, buddy?
We're hanging out if you want to come on. David, I'm here because my internet went out just when Arya Stark decides she doesn't want to be no one but someone else. So the second best content in my book. Sorry. You Gremlins boys figure out what that 10K stretch goal is yet? Oh yeah. You know that 10K stretch goal yet?
Man, we have an idea for what we want to do, but I never want to talk about it because I don't want to get my hopes up. Right?
Is it a short ongoing series for the rest of the series by me? I'm excited about it.
Yes, it's actually a anthology. It's a new series called Cthulhu Goes to Grandma's House, and it's just various stories of Cthulhu getting a sweater knitted and everything.
I think it should just be Cthulhu lets Mike Tenor down, and just all the things that you've done to let Mike Tenor down. Did you see I got Mike Tenor to back me? Oh, you're not on Facebook. I read you last night.
I saw it.
How did you do that?
So in the middle of the storm, when it's the worst, I messaged. I was
Did
like,
you get Mike to back you?
The storm is at the end of its rope. I fear for my life and for my family, and all I can think of is why Michael Tenor doesn't like me.
Was that literally what you said?
I did. That's literally what I said.
Oh, that's incredible.
And he said, that's the most unique way to get it back from me I've ever seen.
It worked. It worked.
Oh my God. Oh, the things we do when we run Kickstarters.
You, grandmother's boyfriend. All right, we already read that. Is Gib interviewing Dashboard Confessionals, or is that another of comics?
I don't understand.
So that's
a deep cut.
That's too deep.
Yeah, I'm gonna understand that. It's just
I understand it. I'm just going to pretend I don't.
I don't get it. Do I look like the guy from Dashboard Confession?
No, you're way classier than him.
Oh, thank you.
Way classier than him. I love Joey. I love his show. I love his vibe. I love everything about Joey. So I think you picked a great company. I think he's good. I still need my shirt. He sent it to me. They got it online. They had it ready for me to order, and I never bought it because I was busy.
Joey. I just blame Joey for that part too.
Sean, all right, I submit it now. Here's hoping to get approved so I can share the pre-launch. Yeah, Sean. Good luck with that. But let me talk about my other Kickstarter since we're here. We're talking about stuff. I'll share the other one. Have you gone up at all since we've been talking, Alan?
Let me check. Oh, thank God. No, we haven't gone up, but we haven't gone down. So that's all that matters. That's the worst.
Yeah, I hate that.
Yeah.
That's why I always get nervous if there's a big backer, because man, that can turn you backwards real fast.
Actually, my no contest is going down, which is very sad.
No contest is?
It's gone. It's lost 2 backers today. What's going on?
Oh no.
I can send the link to Sean. Sean can hang out with us. But no. So here is what I've got. Actually, let me back up. Will. If someone Alan, if someone was going to, if someone was going to be hiring you as a writer, do you have to also pay for Will? Like, is it double?
Yeah, no, it's not double. But we should. I'll just split the funds that way.
We call that a Kickstarter planking. Oh, that is kind of Kickstarter planking. It is sad. I always get sad. I always take it personal when you lower your pledge or take away your pledge. It's not personal. I know you guys have stuff. I'm in a hurricane. I should probably have dropped some of my pledges because I had to buy supplies. I didn't have that in the budget for this month, but you do what you do, you know? All right, Sean's got the message. Anyways, let's bring it back up. All right. So no contest. This book was this guy right here. He's actually a real person named Daniel Martinez. He asked me to write a book for him. This is pretty interesting, Tim. He is a lawyer who's also a boxer. He's a boxer. He does both of them pretty well. He also helps a lot the special needs kids. He does a lot of really cool things. That's what he really looks like. Oh, wow. As you see the fat. That my shirt is like trying to hold in the fat, like through the poles. His shirt fitting perfectly over his muscles and pecs. In fact, you can even see his nipple right here. His nipple is holding the shirt in place.
Why didn't you put like "Too Hot for TV" stamped over it?
And why didn't I smile? Like, why am I angry at this whole thing?
Why did you choose that picture?
Right. I actually asked to remove it. He said I look dapper. I don't know what you're talking about. But anyways, so we got some cool covers here. Look at how good looking this guy is. And fucking, I have to sit next to him like a fat slob comic writer. Anyways, we've got a great book.
This looks good, man.
Yeah, no, the art team's from Brazil. They're really, really good. This is the first time I've worked with them. They kicked it out of the park. They finished the book way faster. I didn't plan on launching it.
You mind if I ask who's the art team there?
No, I do mind if you ask because I can't pronounce any of their names. They're from Brazil.
Tim, why would you do that?
Two of my teams are Brazilian teams.
Gillian Rafidi. He did Maria Mandela and Zorro and Victor Uccio.
Okay.
But they're also a team of 4. So people have done layouts for us who aren't credited, and people have like come in and help with some stuff. It's very, very cool.
I think you and I talked about this last time. There's some powerful talent coming out of Brazil.
Oh yeah. Well, and I got Daniel Martinez to back some of my favorite books. So if you got a back from Daniel Martinez, you're welcome.
Gotcha.
I'm saying that specifically to Alan.
Yes, you are. I didn't want to say anything, but yeah.
You doesn't have a Kickstarter live, Alan.
I know. I just never want to be that guy.
Sean, I thought I was sending you the link to the Kickstarter to go live, but you should back that book. I sent you the link. You can give me $3. Don't complain.
We may or may not have just gotten a back.
Well, let's check. All right, hold on. What do we got? Submit link. All right, we call it planking. I'm surprised this isn't doing better, but it's crazy on Kickstarter right now. Monster Murder is having a slow start too. Yeah, I was shocked that No Contest is doing as low as it was. It actually is a good reality check for me though, because I thought that my name could easily bring in 100 backers, like just my writing, and it has been.
Again, it's the issue 1 thing. I'm telling you, man. Right. Issue 1s are so hard.
Right? Yeah. Yep. And it normally does. And my name always is good for 100 backers on everything else I've done. I see it, Sean. But this one didn't happen to do that. It's interesting, and I'm not sure why. I'm not sure if they're not buying it just because I flooded the market with a lot.
Would you consider this to be a travesty?
It is. I would consider it a travesty. But let's ask Sean. Sean knows what travesty is.
What's up, fellas? How's it going?
Hey, Sean.
Would you say it's a travesty?
Yeah, you gotta really emphasize the Travis part of it.
Travesty. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a travesty. So, Sean, introduce yourself. Tell everyone who you are.
My name is Sean Barbour. I am from Instinct Comics. I am co-creator of the comic book Belial. I'm an inker, editor, creator, goofy guy. I don't know what else to say, but that's a little bit of me.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, nice to meet you too, man. Yeah, I
was glad you could join the island of misfit creators on this evening.
Sean, I'm here building that island with you guys.
Yeah,
building that island. So, Sean, you're having a good campaign. It's solid. It's busy. It's a rough season right now. A lot of people are not producing like they did in the past. How are you feeling about it?
It's been a hard push, man. This one, I've done so many different types of like marketing strategies for this one, and not one certain thing has really grabbed on, but each thing has allowed things to kind of trickle in. So between doing the custom memes, between making like little videos and TikToks and Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and selling my soul, it's all just kind of trickling in. So
which one do you think's helped the most? I'm going to assume selling your soul.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We did that up front.
Okay, good.
So, but that's we sold mine on the first one and Chuck's on the second one.
Which one brought in more money? Because then I think that's when I would start questioning myself, right?
Oh, that's for the latest one. We sold Gregory Warren checks for this one, so it was a lot of fun.
So not so good on Gregory Warren checks sold. Not so good.
He's probably the cleanest out of all of us, so it's all right.
Right. So tell us about it. Tell us about this dope dude.
So Belial is about the original ruler of hell, and he has lost his power and his throne when Lucifer was cast out of heaven and took it all over. He distributed those powers to the 4 horsemen, and now he's, after years and years of sulking and being down on himself, he's ready to take all that back. So there he's got to fight back against the 4 horsemen and even Lucifer to get his powers back. And in this one, he's actually got to also face off between a trusted, who he thought was an ally, on the way to his re-succession to throne.
All right. There's a
good,
lot of good
Looks
stuff.
good.
Yeah, the plot of it probably sounds a little bit intense, but if you take all of that, what I said, and throw in a bag of dick and fart jokes, that pretty much sums it up.
Yeah, that just explains my person.
Well, what else is really cool about it is, like I said, we got that crossover print. So if you want to back both, you get that cool thing, which I love. So you get that cool crossover print. Do you even know about that, Sean?
I do. Chuck showed me earlier today, and he showed me last night, and I was half asleep, but I was definitely excited. So that was kind of a cool surprise, even for me.
Right. I think they did really good on that. Taking that picture of art. Dude, Sean Barbour can do some amazing things. If you ask him to punkify something, that motherfucker knows what he's doing.
Yeah, Eric's a good dude, man.
It's what's really funny is I asked him once. So he did I do a what's called a Substack cover for all my books this year. So you, if you're on my Substack, there's a specific cover that if you pay, you get it for free. If you don't pay, you can buy it on the Kickstarter, but I don't reveal the cover. You have to be on the Substack to see the cover. Anyways, I asked Sean to do one. He literally redrew the cover in his style, like the first cover. It was awesome.
You mean Eric?
Eric. Sorry.
Yeah.
Eric, yes.
I mean, I do art stuff too, but Eric's a good dude, man.
Yeah. No, absolutely. What we got here? Just saw the Steve use a picture of my cat from Monster Manager. That's cool. So this book has been around. This is the third issue, which is really cool. And one of the things that I don't think people know about it, let me bring it up real quick, that they I don't think they read because it's only mildly noted, is it's a big ass book.
Oh yeah, we definitely since it is a black and white kind of grittier style book, we did go with 32 pages instead of the standard 22 pages. We figured if we went with the stylization because we felt like it was more of what you would find in Hell. There's no glittery stuff, no pretty colors. So we went with the black and white and textures with a gray wash. And to make up for that perception of value and to create a more in-depth story, we went with the 32 pages. And so Chuck did a really great job keeping it in those 32 pages, and we tell like multiple different elements of the story. So you'll see we've got bits about Belial, and we have stuff about his little buddy Link, which is that little dude you passed up there, and as well as the side characters and his foes and everything. So there's quite a few things that actually come together in the third issue that we set up even in issue 1, which is pretty nice.
Nice. I think it was good. I love seeing that you got Josh Lyman back. He had disappeared from the interwebs. I hadn't seen him in forever, and glad to see him on a cover randomly when I saw your cover. And I'm a huge Bill and Ted guy, so I love seeing that.
He did a great one. That one was really fun. Since we kept with, we have a lot of like metal music inspirations with a lot of this, and you can see we got a glam rock, no effects, punk rock kind of homage cover. We have a Megadeth homage cover to Rust in Peace right there, done by Chris Mad. And then we have Josh Lyman's Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey cover. And as you know, they were the Wild Stallions. So we kind of brought that all home. And one more, we actually talked to the band Psycho Stick, if you know who that is. They actually gave us permission to use their logo and gave us some feedback on things to put in on Steph Wilson's covers there. So those were also a lot of fun, and I was actually really honored that they let us do that.
It's cool, man.
The only way to make Steph Wilson's circles better is adding a professional band to it, right?
Right. And I think if you look at his covers, I think we managed to get a couple other shapes in there, which might have been a feat in and of itself.
Right. That is. Look at that. That's almost octagon.
Right. So he is capable. It is there, but he might have outsourced for it. I'm not sure, and I'm afraid to ask.
And per capita, he normally only sticks to the 5 circles per one chick. He outdid himself. Look at how many circles are on this one.
Right. He had a lot of fun, and in fact, we had originally we're gonna go with just the regular, like the nice version, and Steph said, no, we're gonna go ahead and do a naughty and nice version. And one of the reasons is like during issue 1, the penciler Gregory Warrenjack, he snuck in a set of tatas in there in the first issue. And when we said, okay, we'll let that ride, he put more in issue number 2.
And then here we are. A mile, right? Is that how it works?
Right?
Yeah.
So here we are on issue number 3, and I can't even give you the first 5 pages without Kickstarter censoring the pages. And of course, I threw the logos on there, but that was me and my way of kissing up to them to make sure that they would go ahead and approve our book.
Nice.
Sure.
All right, but we got another guest here. Hey, Austin, how are you?
Hey, guys.
Hey, Austin.
how are you doing with the storm? I know you guys got hit. He's on the side of the state that got hit really hard. I'm on the stuff. How'd it go?
It was pretty intense from like 5 until about 1 in the morning. We had about 5 feet. It didn't come into the house, which was good. We didn't have any major trees or anything hit our house and everything. We were extremely lucky that it went a little bit south more than it was planning on it, because we could have gotten crushed. And we lost power around 3, and it was nice and cool. We had supplies. We kind of rode it out, but we were very fortunate. Power came on about 2 hours ago, which is fantastic. So yeah, very tired, very kind of running on fumes. But compared to other people in the Sarasota and Fort Myers, my God, we were fortunate. I'm just thankful.
I want to see what happened to Scout headquarters, and I want to see what happened to the printer. The printer that we all use. So it's scary.
Yeah, I text Rich. Did you get a hold of him?
I texted him as well, and I did not get a reply.
Yeah.
Did you get a reply?
No, I didn't. I know I talked to Richard Rivera, and he's trying to assess. He was going to try to figure out what's going on with Scout and everything too. So hopefully we'll hear something tomorrow. But if you guys aren't unaware, it's, Scout is south side of Sarasota, right? Not closer to Fort Myers area, and Comic Compressions in Cape Coral Gables, right? Remember correctly? Yeah, like right near the water. So, eek. Yeah, where I live, I'm right next to the Air Force Base, so we're about 200 feet from the base, about a mile from water and all that. So,
well, why don't we take a second and look at your campaign? It's only got you're in the last 3 days, so you got to jump in now.
Oh, you're about to have that spike, baby. Yes,
so spike, man. Yeah, 3 days left. So, we did great. We were funded, and we're over. We're close to our first stretch goal. And man, I keep saying every book is gorgeous, but this is really a nice looking book. I'm so happy to have this part of the series. We got some great creators that are part of it. Great covers. I actually did one of the covers myself this time. I don't normally do cover art. I usually do for other people, but that one's mine. That's mine. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Casey Bailey did the colors. So this kind of leads into volume 3. For those that know anything about my series, it's Zombies Were Human Too. We tell zombie stories before and how they become zombies. And volume 1 follows 3 teenagers that are trapped after being foraging and chased. And they make up stories of zombies that calm the youngest down of who they were, how long they lasted, how they died. So volume 1's about that. Volume 2, they escape, but they get into a safe room where they're trapped, actually able to get out of that. And 3 is when they're able to get to a safe zone, which is an abandoned church. All new stories, new artwork, and the whole nine. So it's 24 pages. The main story's in color. The zombie stories are in black and white. And we have Joe Davison, who's actor in Stranger Things, wrote the Welcome to Slim and Tim's Junkyard with artwork by Stan Yak, and he just crushed these pages, dude. Just amazing.
It's Stan Yak. That's what he does.
Stan Yak, he leveled up on this one, man. Seriously. A couple of my big Marvel friends were like, yeah, he's modernized McFarlane. They aren't comparing him to Todd, because it's true. His stuff is just great. And then Stefano Caroselli did the artwork for Jonathan Hendricks' story, Dead Weight. It's so good.
Which is super interesting, because I don't think I've ever seen him do black and white before. He always does all his colors, which is unique. How did that come to be? Was that just because of the requirements of the stories, or was he excited about doing it?
So what Stan had done in previous stories is do spot colors, black and white, little gray, maybe just one color. So thinking, ooh, I'm going to be ahead of the curve. So I tell Stefano, hey, can you just do black and white, not the watercolor, because we're going to do a spot color, like red, and that will all be good, and this will match the whole thing. And then Staniak just leveled up and did this gorgeous grayscale, the whole 9 yards. And but I think just adding the red to the black and white really makes it pop. Has a good Frank Miller vibe to it. Yeah. I just think it looks really, really nice. And Mercurio Camtella, he's my series artist. He's been with me from day one. And I have a new colorist, Michael Woods, who tried out. I don't know if you guys know Michael. He's really coming into his own as a colorist. Great stuff.
And I mean, you got one of the bigger names in comics right now. Jonathan's on the up and coming. He's a big deal. Sagnac is a big deal. I mean, I got 2 covers from him coming out for my my Diamond release. I've got cover work from him all day. He did my story in Cthulhu Invades Wonderland, and he's great. Oh,
he's fantastic. I've been lucky enough to have him do art for pretty much every one of my books, stories and covers, and that's been going on for 3 years, 3+ years now. Yeah, I love it. Every time I'm like going to do something, I make posts. He's like, I do zombies, right? I'm like, yes, I know you do zombies, but you're really kind of busy. He's like, I'm never too busy for zombies. I said, okay. and then like I posted, like, yeah, I just need one more cover. He's like, I do covers. I know you do covers. I'm sorry. And then the cool thing about this cover is, the video game. It just came out, the Quarry.
Nope, never heard of that game.
It's a video game called The Quarry. It deals with werewolves, and then it's like Man Medan and a bunch of other ones. Very stylized, realistic art looks. But they had this cool gaming scene at night in a junkyard, and I said, that's the color palette that I want for the cover. So I sent them the color palettes, and then Robert Nugent, who colors a lot of Stan stuff, knocked out of the park. Fantastic.
Yeah. I feel you got to get Robert Nugent if you're getting Stan. Like they kind of go together. They're like the pairing that you need.
I didn't know that. I was like, oh, I've got colors. He's like, no, just have Robert do it. I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine. Crushed it. Just crushed it.
All right, so Alan has to take off because he's so buff. He's so buff that the weight just weighs on him as he's sitting around, and it just makes him tired.
I got to go to I got to go to my Iron Temple and pray. I got to be part of the Swoley Trinity, swole of mind, body, and spirit.
Right.
Read my Swoley Bible. I can keep going if you need.
But you're full of puns tonight, man.
It's because he's used to having me attack him.
Yeah, I'm ready now.
And I didn't tonight, so he's just like, I don't know what to do.
I see him puffed. He's like, he's ready to go. He's anticipating.
I'm angry.
All that.
I was like, all right, Travis, just whatever you got to say.
I've got nothing tonight.
Just don't talk about my cat. That's it.
I'm in a good mood. I got nothing.
Yeah.
But so give us a pitch one more time to this amazing book.
So this is my book. It's my second series working on. Grandma Chainsaw Pocus Hocus was our first series. And this is just our love letter to slashers that are out there. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Evil Dead, just fun campy horror. And it does what it says on the label. It's about a serial killer grandma.
Love it.
Yeah, this is Grandma Chainsaw.
Nice. And it's done, right?
We only have 6 or 8 pages left.
Nice.
Yeah, so it should be done before the campaign ends.
So when Joe says how great it is, he's a liar, is what you're saying.
Yeah. I mean, okay. he talks up all of our other books too, and they all suck. So,
right.
Yeah.
Because Joe says all 28 is a 28 pages of pure evil. Oh, I guess that's still accurate. It's still accurate. Yeah. 28. He didn't claim that he read 28 pages.
No, he didn't claim it, but there are 28 pages. Will be. Yeah. He saw the concept sketch pages for all 28, so that's what.
All right. Yeah. So we got your backer tonight, which is great. That's good.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Tonight is not heavy backers, but we're good. All right, so let me get you, Alan. Say goodbye. Tell people where they can find you.
Yeah, goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Chaps of Fury, and we just started a Substack, which, as all other creators that I've talked to, even yourself, Travis, that's kind of the best way to really stay engaged with your audience and not get lost in the social media algorithms, right?
Right.
But yeah, so the Substack is the Top Hat Studios. And yeah, it's a lot of fun, even just doing one post on there. So it's cool to see the engagement.
Yeah, I love the Substack. I mean, I'm not trying to brag, but I actually make a decent amount of money per month on it, which is pretty cool.
That's awesome, man.
It's cool that people like me. Some people like me, Austin.
Oh, I love you, man. You're one of my favorite people. Shut up.
All right.
All right. Well, hey, thank you for having me, and thank you for letting me talk about my book. And it was great seeing all these great creators on here and seeing their work too.
Congratulations, man.
All right. See ya. Bye, guys.
Bye.
So,
good times. That book is so gorgeous.
Oh yeah, Grammar Trans, and such a good concept, right? Like,
yeah,
it is
so good. It's the Kickstarter community loves shit like that. Like it hits all the stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
I tell you what, fellas, while the iron is hot, I got to dip out too. I do have to get up early for some stuff in the morning. But before I go, I'd like to wish you all the best of luck with your campaigns.
Okay.
Thanks, sir.
Got really high hopes for all of them. Actually, I think about everybody in this room at this point. It's good to see you, Austin. How you been?
Good, man. It's been a while. Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I don't have to run so soon. But again, best of luck. And Travis, man, thanks for having me on. As always, you've always been kind of my good luck charm. So I appreciate you very much.
You are always welcome, my dude. Always welcome.
Yeah, I'll be up. My next campaign's coming up in about 2 weeks or so. You can look for me there. And other than that, the big thing for me is Baltimore Comic-Con. If anybody's coming down, please look me up.
All right, man.
All right. It's a pleasure, guys.
See ya.
Catch you later, man.
Take care.
So we're getting Daniel is here. Make sure he's aware. So Daniel's the co-author from. Oh, looks like he's backed everybody though. He wants to make sure he gets everyone back, but I think he's backed all of our books because he knows what's good quality books.
Daniel Martinez.
Daniel, we appreciate you.
I don't know if Daniel has for me. I probably has.
He loves Jonathan Hendricks, so probably. He's a local guy.
He's a local dude.
So Sean,
what's up?
Are you gonna eat this the toe of Satan?
Bro, I'm it's waiting. It's right here. So as soon as we're funded, I will be doing it. Now, if you watch Chuck do the one chip challenge, you'll understand why he's probably going to bow out of this one. But I think I've talked him into seeing how much fireball he can handle on a live stream to kind of go along with it.
Well, and he hates fireball because we've had this conversation before. I got him a shot once, and he was not happy.
I'm not going to give him something he enjoys. Come on now.
Oh, hey. So Joe posted, did you say 5 feet? Good God, I was pissed. My orange tree got bent.
Yes.
Yeah. That's crazy. We have a grand oak in the front. So I gave him a pep talk before the storm came. We have some palm trees in the back. They got wrecked big time. The oak was fine. It was good. But our palm trees, small trees, not the big ones, really kind of messed with us, Joe. So thank you. Yeah, it was good. Sorry, Sean. And are you talking like the super like death chips, like the super spicy death chips?
Absolutely.
Dude.
Okay, so to put it in perspective, that chip is 1 million on the Scoville unit thing. This is 9 million.
Oh
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Questions.
Yeah.
How do you eat that without blistering your lips, your tongue, or anything like that? Because can't that do that?
For some people that are sensitive to it, yeah. In fact, during the last campaign, I did the one chip challenge, and I followed it up with the world's hottest gummy bear, which is called the Nitro Gummy Bear.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, it was really hot. Yes, I actually touched my eyeball, and that stuff hurt. But the worst part was a couple hours later when my stomach started reacting to it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And it wasn't having to go to the bathroom. That wasn't it. It caused severe stomach cramps, which was intense. And then I didn't think it was going to happen. I never even thought about it. When you urinate afterwards is where you really feel it too.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's crazy.
No.
And you're like, hey, let's try it again.
Well, yeah. I mean, it worked for us last time. I figured, why not have a little bit of fun? And it fit the brand. You know what I mean? So if we were doing some other sort of book, this wouldn't fit. You know what I mean? Like I've got another book called I Drive for Cerber. Right. I'm not going to do something that's like Toe of Satan or the Spicy Chip or something like that. I'll have to figure out something else for that one.
You're
Right.
just
But
going to
since
have
it
to
was-
take rides in Ubers. The creepiest Ubers, just request the cheapest and creepiest person you can on Uber, and then you talk.
I'll just look up people that have 1-star reviews and do live streams from their Uber.
Right.
Like, and then just random locations, just out of the middle of nowhere. There's like no house going to just drop me off, and then just stand there silently watching him drive away. Nice.
Just make them stop by a cornfield
Yeah.
and then see if he sticks there and watch as I walk into the cornfield and see what he does.
And you walk out in a mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, you take the mask off real quick to like throw your hair, put it right back.
That would be rad.
Sean needs a ride. Yes, Sean needs a ride.
Yeah.
What's the goal for? You just put the Kickstarter up. What's the goal going to be?
For that one, it's going to be 3,500.
All right. So if you give him 3,500, Joe, he'll take an Uber out into a cornfield. It's going to be great. Like, you'd be excited. 1-star reviewed Uber too. That's the important part. 1-star review, the lowest star you can get.
He'll be like Bob's Road, like cornfields everywhere, like an old barn back in the corner.
Somebody will show up in one of those. What is that? What is that movie? Never mind. It escapes me for a second.
Well, here's the thing. So I ordered Uber Eats the last time I was in Atlanta, and I ordered it 3 times. None of the cars matched who was supposed to be delivering it, nor did the person look like the person. I kind of just ignored it and allowed it to play out, but it was kind of scary. Also, just to let you know how scary Atlanta is, both my wife and my credit cards both got declined at the hotel. And when we called them up, they're just like, well, Atlanta has a lot of scams running, so we just have to shut you off when we get here. We just need to make sure it's you. I was like, that is crazy.
I'm lucky. Like I've booked a few things up in Atlanta, but my aunt lives right outside, so I don't have to stay in a hotel unless they book something. I just go and stay at their place if they're not giving hotels for filming. Nice. I've heard just nightmare stories about stuff like that. You know, they're just looking for tourists to try to take advantage of. You know,
I bet.
Yeah, New Orleans is the same way. New Orleans try to say. I mean, I love New Orleans. I go there a lot, but if you don't know what you're doing or where you're going, you can find yourself in a bad spot really quick. But I guess it's like with everything.
No, that's true. That's true. So if anybody has any questions for anybody, we've gone over their Kickstarters. I'm kind of just chilling. It's not a normal like Travis where I write down the numbers like I do. Again, because of the hurricane, I didn't know if we were going to be messed up or not. You are FUBAR, not Uber. So I'm just kind of chilling out. But I'm really excited about this Uber thing for Sean. I'm really excited. I don't know how I can be part of it, because I'd love him to just go to a car too and look at it and be like, no, that's not dirty enough. I said 1 star. You're a 2-star. I can just tell.
Just the truck from Jeepers Creepers rolls up and blares on the air horn.
Well, it can't have the legitimate Uber or anything on there. It's got to be like, written in like, the white chalk that you write on the window itself. Yeah. And it's spelled wrong, like UEBR or something weird.
Yeah. What is, so you're launching that the minute you're over here? You're just going one to the other?
Well, I'm figuring once Belial's done, I give myself a little bit of breathing room because I'm going to the Aftershock Music Festival, which should be a lot of fun. And then I need to recover from that. So I'm hoping to launch like the 10th or 15th. So yeah,
nice.
I'm taking a little time, and once mine finishes on October the 2nd, and then the weekend of Halloween, we're going to launch the Volume 3 graphic novel.
Oh, okay. So you're launching right up with going right into it.
Yeah. I mean, all the zombie stories are all completely done for Volume 3. The story this is leading into it got to go to the graphic novel, and then my artists will be working on the pages, so we'll have it pretty much done by November and sent to print, so it'll be fine. I remember seeing, Travis, that they were asking questions about hardcovers, and you have to order so much and everything like that. I know the Comic Impressions had someone doing it for a little while. you didn't want to go with them anymore? Just is it too expensive, or
No, it's super too expensive. So just to give you an idea, I printed 2,000 of these with various covers. I printed 300 of these. There was only a $300 difference between the price. I'm not going to say that price, but that's a lot of fucking discrepancy between books. I don't care if it's not hardcover. Like, they're almost the same price for 2,000 of these with variant covers. So you have to pay the plate changes, all that, versus 300 of these. Like, it's just too expensive right now. In fact, for future campaigns, my goal, I'm going to go overseas and just to let people know, hey, my hardcover ones, you can get hardcovers. I want to give you hardcovers, but you're going to wait like 6 to 9 months for the overseas. And that's just the way it is. And the softcover people will get their books sooner.
Yeah.
Until they figure out the price. It wasn't that way. I think that's part of the paper shortage. I think there's something connected that brings that up, because it wasn't that, the discrepancy wasn't that bad on Cthulhu Invades Oz.
We did a couple of hardcovers for Volume 1 and Volume 2 of Zombies, but we waited a good 3 to 5 months to get the books, and they were more expensive, but we could price accordingly. But now, you have to price like $100 for like a hardcover book just to make it somewhat, unless you go the 500 minimum order with an offset printer. And yeah, you're absolutely right. It is the paper shortages. My printer, who I get prints from for years now, had to raise prices because he has to buy paper on the pallet. Like, when there's paper, buys it on the pallet. He cuts its size for one fits all, because you can't find 11 by 17s. You can't really find these other off sizes. 8.5 by 11s you can get easy enough, but the other ones he has a horrible time getting. So he has to buy big pallets of paper and just cut them, which is it's crazy, just crazy. So
yeah, it's a crazy world. Do you guys have because we're in California, you guys have a few printers out there that you guys use? Because we use all Florida printers or East Coast printers. Sean,
let's see. For the last one, I think we went with Print Ninja, and then I know Heroes and Villain Design actually had really good prices, and like they had really good communication. And when we got the books, they were even a better quality than the other. Right. So it was nice to be able to pull out the quality there, and they send you video of your book in production, which helps with the social media presence. And they're on TikTok and different stuff like that. So there's different things. And if you factor in some of the social media stuff, and if you're into marketing your own stuff, that stuff sometimes is beneficial.
Right. So, no, I think that stuff's really important when you're doing stuff and you're printing things, and it makes a difference. Kickstarter is all about trust. You can't do this without trust. Well, some people can, but most people need to do this with trust. So it's an interesting thing, and building that trust and building that you're going to send it out, that you're gonna get to them, and how do you do it? But the algorithms for Facebook is so crazy. I mean, I think I posted the other day. I have 7 damaged copies of Cthulhu Wonderland, and they're great copies. I know that I have people who would love to buy them because I was selling them for $16 each, shipped, and I only had one taker, which is crazy. I know my audience is bigger than that because I've done it with floppies of Broke Down before and sold 5 at $25 a piece. You're telling me a trade is not going to sell for 16?
You almost have to speak in code on Facebook anymore if you're marketing yourself.
Sure. But let's go over you guys' 2 campaigns one more time. I'll let you guys get off so you guys can get to your night. Our viewership has dropped a little bit, but hopefully people watching the replay and back your stuff. So who wants to go first, Austin or Sean?
Sean, you go first.
All righty.
Sean, tell us about this beauty again, this beautiful book that I absolutely love, that if you backed Granite State Punks, or if you're watching this because you're a fan of me, you have to buy this book to get a very, very cool print. I don't have it up. Hold on. But you can start talking about it while I bring it up.
All right. So again, for anybody that might have missed it, Belial is the hellacious comic book about the original ruler of hell who's lost his powers when Lucifer was cast down. And Lucifer gave his powers away to the Four Horsemen, and Belial's just been sitting in a cruddy bar, sulking in himself ever since. And now he's finally had enough, and he's got to fight back against the Four Horsemen and Lucifer himself to reclaim what was rightfully his. And in the third issue, which is this one, he also has to go through a trusted friend, which is a lot of fun.
Okay.
Lots of dick punches, fart jokes, inappropriate yet fun, and we definitely have one foot over the line at all times with this book. So it doesn't take itself seriously. You shouldn't either.
Well, but I will tell you that Chuck takes the writing seriously. Every issue I've gone through a deep cut with him. He's had me go over, review it, and like give him like hard feedback, like stuff that I would normally ignore. He wants to hear it, to do it. And every book I think gets a little bit edgier, like gets a little bit cutter. Like I felt like Link was the showcase of number one. I was like, you got to really bring Belial in there. You got to show him more. If he's the name of the book and he's a footnote to Link, you got to bring him up. And then the second issue, he just really kicked ass and really came into his own.
One of the things that was really fun to do is that, yes, Link is on the front cover and Belial is a background image in there if you actually really look. Now, as we've progressed through the issues, Belial has more and more and more presence. So as he's reclaiming himself and as he's taking back his power, he's physically becoming more fit looking and more imposing, but he also has a stronger presence on each one of the covers. So it's our way of kind of representing that growth of the character and really showing the growth of like the story in itself.
Yeah. So again, if you back this, make sure you back it. You get a really cool print from Granite State Punk. I'm going to go over it when I go over my Granite State Punk stuff, but you get it. It's amazing. Make sure you back this book. We need to fund it. It's only $200, right? Like, come on.
Yeah, no, and it's super fun. And like I said, you're getting 32 pages of story versus 22. So
exactly,
it's really worth it.
And really detailed pages. Greg Rorschach does a lot of detailed characters and background. You can read that book several times and see some of the background stuff. They have their own little stories. It's good stuff. A lot of Easter eggs. It's good stuff. Austin, it's your time. Talk about Jonathan Hendrick and how he wrote this great book. You knew him before he was anything.
I knew first started Daytona Beach. Yeah,
right?
Beach show when he was.
I brought that show.
So this is the fourth book in my zombie series, Zombies Were Human Too. We tell zombie stories before and how they become zombies. We've got 200-page graphic novels, Volume 1, Volume 2, and we have the Staniak exclusive featuring all of Stan's artwork. This kind of leads into the Volume 3. They're going to be launching Kickstarter at the end of October. We have 3 amazing covers done by Staniak, Stefano Caroselli, myself with colors, Robert Nugent, and Casey Bailey. The interior artists are Staniak, Stefano, Mercurio. We are at 34, 38. So we need like $62 to get our first stretch goal, which is a Michael Myers print that I did for a horror show, and everyone can get one of those for free. Now, for those who don't know anything about zombies or hasn't got anything before, don't worry, because in the add-ons, you can get the digital copies for Volume 1, 2, and Staniak and get it all for $5 a piece. Especially for those that are international people, because of shipping being so expensive, you can get all digital 4 books for just $20. The regular cover Staniak's just $7. Mine's just $10. Stefano's just $12. If you'd like metal, you can metalize them in the add-on section. We have the Hello, I'm a Future Zombie t-shirt and a pen and prints. And it's just, this is a great book to start off on. And you can always pick up copies on eBay. That's what a few people have done already. Or you can go digital for now until we launch this graphic novel. I'm sure you'll be able to pick those up then. This series is a collaborative effort. I wrote and created it. I write the main storyline, which is full color. The zombie stories are done by different art teams, writers and artists. Those who are either really new into the industry or been around for a while, or actors like Joe Davison, who's on Stranger Things, Jonathan Hendrick, who wrote the story, was just really up and coming. But we've got directors, we've got novelists, we've got everything under the sun that's going to be doing stories in the up and coming things. So the plan is with this series to have 4 novels, graphic novels, and then other comic books. But this one, you've got digital tiers, you have the writer-creators specific tiers, Joe, John, and myself. If you don't know who Jonathan Hendrick is, you're going to, because, I mean, he wrote the recount that got optioned, has a director attached to it. He's got caffeinated, and I'm going blank because I'm tired. That's with
Caffeinated Hearts.
Yeah, great book that's going to be in Source Point. He just has another one that's being launched with Black Box. God's going to be a big thing. So if you like zombies and you like good stuff like this is the book to get.
And it's done, right? I think you said
Yeah,
that.
it's done. Yeah, 100% done. Once we're ready to go, it's going to go right to the printer. Hopefully, the printer is up and going. I contacted a couple others just in
Thank you,
case.
Sean. I forgot to do that. I'll do that. Sorry.
Dude, and if it's half as cool as number 1,
There you go.
then people are gonna love it, man. For sure.
Yeah, we've got the thing is, in this series, we've got the who's who of the high-end indie people who've written stories for it. Garrett Gunn and Russell.
Garrett's dope.
Yeah, Russell Nautry and Chuck Brown and God, there's so many between artists and like Drew Zucker before Canto came out and just whatever, We've had some people really, really love the story. It's really cool. And don't worry if you buy this, you're not sure what's going on. It's a good place to start. Get some digitals to get yourself caught up until you can get the physical copies.
And you'll fulfill immediately because it's done. So it's great.
Yeah.
You'll fulfill really, really quick. So you'll be able to get your digitals very, very quick, if you don't have to wait for physicals.
Yeah. Once we're having fun and probably once the money gets cleared that day, gone, out.
Yeah, so it's a good book. I've been following it since day one. Love it since I met Austin at MegaCon. So it's been great. So, all right. So that's that. We got one more to promote. Well, 2 more from me. You guys can leave if you want. You don't have to stick around. But if you want to stick around, you're more than welcome to.
I appreciate you guys. Actually, I am going to go and do a couple things. I'm going to go to bed. I'm tired.
All right. Do your thing, man.
Yeah. But thanks, guys. Sean, amazing. Good to see you. Congrats on your book. We'll be back tomorrow. Travis, congrats on what you funded now, didn't you?
No. I got I am with Sean. We just sit at $200, just waiting.
Yeah.
It's the same $200. We just need the same guy who has it to back both.
Right. Oh, the cool thing about and I just mentioned, we have store tiers. We have retailer tiers. And we have one where you can do a custom cover for your store. You order 50 books. You can have your own artist do it, or you can hire one of us to do it just for an extra cost. We got 3 stores already.
Wow.
Pretty cool.
Right on, dude.
Yeah. I think that's it. You guys are amazing. Thanks for having me on last minute, man.
All right.
All right, gentlemen. I think I'm going to dip too. So you guys, both
Take
of you have a good night. Hey, stay safe, stay dry, do what you got to do, but be successful.
Hug your family. Tell them that you love them. Give them a call. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Good night, guys.
We'll see you.
So I know it's late, but I did promise you guys kind of an overview of everything that's going on with Orange Cone. Love that Sean and Austin were here. Glad that they're off. Let me show that tier that has both. That if you back both, let me show you that real quick. It's Breaking Edge. We just got another backer. Thank you. At the bottom here, we have a crossover print, which I think it's pretty cool. I know people have gone over and backed both. It's right there. It's little Link and Zeke kind of hanging out together with a monster chasing them. I just showed you guys this. If you guys are a backer, this is the original thing. So this is going to be a print that will flip, which would be pretty cool. One side's one side's the other. So it's very cool. So I highly recommend getting that if you haven't had a chance. But let's talk about everything that's going on. Let's see. Sean linked one of the things, probably mine. But all right, so let's talk about Orange Cone and what's going on and what we have scheduled for the rest of the year and what's going on. So we have Granite State Punk. Granite State Punk is live. We're trying to get it funded. Trying to get there. We are so close to getting funded. We're less than $200 away from that. So if you can back, if you can share, that would really help us out to get there. I'd like to get there this week so I can start on stretch goals and do some stuff. And so I can focus my attention on this other book. So this book right here, it's called No Contest. No Contest is written by me. And it has the whole Orange Cone production team behind it. So Orange Cone did everything in the back end of this book. So we're trying to get it to where it needs to go, get it to be funded, get it all the wonderful things that it needs to do. Well, it's funded, but it's trying to get some more support. I'd love to get it 100 backers. It's the first time this guy's done some stuff. So if you guys can check this out, we're at 90, so we need 10 backers in the next 5 days to come and show some support. I love it. It's only $10 for a book. 20-page Law and Order one shot. You're not going to need anything else. It's very cool. It's all done. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece. And I highly recommend it. You get T-shirts and all sorts of things if you back it. So please consider doing that. It's going to be a fun time. Oh, look at that. Look at the bottom there. We got Granite State Punk and Belial right there just showing their love. So let me share that out. Everybody, I'll share it in the stuff. When I always do these live, everyone messages me about a whole bunch of private stuff. It's always crazy. I'm like, you guys know I'm live, right? You can see that. That's not delusional. So please. That's not working. Why is that link not working? I don't know. Oh, I see why. All right, let's get that up. But yeah, so that's two things that are live right now. So let's talk about things that aren't live, things that are coming out that aren't live that are kind of big deals that are coming up. So first things first is, sorry, I'm still sending out these links for those who don't know in the chats. First things first, we have to talk about, it's another Kickstarter coming to the platform. Let me bring that up real quick. Right here. Tales from the Collective. Let me bring that up. This is a very cool book. It's got Belial, it's got Descent, it's got Fang and Foul, it's got Freak Show Herald, which is Jonathan Hendricks. So it's got a lot of those guys we're talking about just a minute ago, all in one book, which is very, very cool. Some very amazing covers in here. So really, really good stuff. Highly recommend this book. We'll be launching probably early next week. We will have some available on planning to have it available for October 15th for our Kickstarter, which is for the launch party over at the Collective here in Orlando. So that's very cool. I'm very proud of that. I'm proud to get it out, proud to have people see it. Other catalog. Broke Down in 4 Dead Bodies. The trade is being worked on. We have about 20 additional stories in it, 20 additional pages in it. That got pushed off till next year so I could do Granite State Punk. But beginning of next year, I promise I'll get that out to you guys. The next Kickstarter for this year after Granite State Punk is Holiday Spirits. So we have Holiday Spirits. That is going to be an original graphic novel. Just like last year, all really cool stories, all stuff. It'll even include this amazing cover. Check out that cover. Right, this is a preview that came out for Holiday Spirits, Christmas in July. It was very cool. But what's cool about this, hopefully we'll have a few left over to do this, but this has 2 exclusive stories to this, and then a flip book, a one-page preview of a book from Matthew Wilder and Richard Kemp, which is great. So that's our next Kickstarter. That'll be at the end of October. We'll hopefully launch that, and that'll be in November. If I have time, and Expired is where it wants to be, I may do a December launch for Expired. Let's show some art from Expired. I've got some art we can show you. I love you guys. I want to show you guys some stuff. So we'll go over some stuff there. Bring that up. Okay. Let's get this shared. So there's only a few of you watching, but hopefully you guys are super fans. By the way, comment. I want to know who's watching. But here's some expired art. So we've got some couple things here. Here's page 1. Here's page 2. Lots of really cool things in this universe that we love. There's another cover from Ben, and we've got some cool stuff. Issue 3, we can't show that. There's some really, really cool stuff that I think you guys are going to really dig. We're excited about it. We're a little behind on production. We just started. The Bag Brothers are in demand, and they're great people. So that's what's going on with Expired. Earlier today, I've got some of the first colors that we got for Voodoo 4. So let's talk about that and get that lined up. Let me show you what's up with that. Let's see. Let's see. Let me show you this. So for Voodoo 4, we have some colors. So this is page 2 and 3. Very cool. I mean, it just blew me away. Here's some more stuff. Look at this big demon. This is so good. I've got some cool dream state stuff. These have got to be changed a little bit. But yeah, some really cool stuff there that I'm really excited to really showcase everybody. Steel Here was a collective howling supposed to launch the other day, but got on hold. Yeah, we were supposed to have it launch about the same time as Granite State Punk, but we put it on hold because of the storm. So we will launch it. I'm finalizing everything on the Kickstarter, and we can launch it whenever the pre-launch is available. I can actually send that link out. That's probably a good idea. I'll probably get you guys that if you guys haven't had a chance to do that. There's the link. Dumb Nature. Though, Joe, I'll be honest. I don't know if it's fully nature. I was really behind. The storm actually helped me catch up a lot today, getting some marketing stuff that I needed to get done. So hopefully some cool stuff with that. So that's Voodoo 4. If you didn't see it, so that's a cool book. Hopefully you guys will check that out. Let's see what else. Let's show you guys some more of the Granite State Punk art. Granite State, where is issue 2? There it is. Okay. Let's go to these. These are cool. And this is some of the new Granite State Punk art. So we'll start where the Kickstarter lands off. Here's page 6, page 7, 8. Does it spoil it? Yes, but if you've ever read Granite State Punk, you know that the dialogue is just as important. You guys won't know what's going on, but as you see, Patrick is just killing it. Just absolutely killing it with this campaign, with everything. So it's been very, very cool. We're very proud of it. I mean, look at this double page spread. Oh my God, how is he going to color that? It's wild. Lots of cool stuff. Lots of flicking off. And this baddie is so cool. She's so cool. We got Zeke. We got some stuff. And lots of cool things going on. But yeah, I mean, that art looks fucking fantastic. Probably the best art we've ever done. We do have Out of curiosity, why not call the second issue of Grand Strike Down? One, because I don't know if Scout is going to continue to take it, so it's not technically Granite State Punk 2. And 2 implies that I need to tell you when it ends, and I don't know when that's going to be because it's not set up like that. So they're just a series of one-shots. So this is the one-shot Breaking Edge. You don't need one to read the other. However, it will help. I do catch people up. But yeah, that's why we did that, and we're hoping that Scout will want the rest of them, but they've only signed on to take issue 1 right now. Hopefully, sales will back that up, and we'll do really well, and everything will be groovy. But that is why. Let's see what else I can show you. I'm seeing if there's anything else here that you guys haven't seen art-wise. Oh, Coins of Judas. Let's go in some Coins of Judas. So Coins of Judas is a book that I have coming out with Band of Bards. Comes out in January. This is the first book that's going straight to publishers. Tyler has been absolutely killing it with this art. Coins of Judas is about the coins of Judas. So when Judas got paid with those coins of silver, they fell to the ground. When they fell to the ground, various people and things picked them up, and they got corrupted and became demons. Those demons were used to purchase the worst things. So each coin has a sin that's attached to it of the worst sin. And this is the first issue of Coins of Judas. It is a fun series that we love. I think this is some of the best art that Tyler's ever done. It's kind of a mix between modern and manga, which I really like. And it just kind of rocks. I love the whole vibe of the book. I love what we're doing. I mean, look at it. It's violent. It's bloody. It's gorgeous. So we're just getting the last pages of it. That's all the pages we have colored, but we do have the final book of it. But it's really, really cool. Oh, I see. It's really cool. The first Scout will come out. That makes sense. Before you know it, yes. Will come to their senses of it. Yeah, exactly. So hopefully they'll come to senses, and then maybe we'll do a 2, 3, and 4, or maybe we'll do the nonstop where it becomes a trade later. I don't know how that'll pan out, but that's up to Scout. But for right now, it's going to be a series of one-shots, and it will continue. And I am going to make enough to make a trade, even if Scout doesn't want it. So I'll do 4, 5, and 5. But it's my favorite thing I'm writing. It's very, very good. But yeah, I think that wraps us up for tonight. I think that's all of our books that we talked about. Hopefully, you guys like the preview of Coins of Judas. Let me check my folders just to make sure there's nothing else I can show you. But Coins of Judas is a good place to end because that book is going to be dope. I'm excited about it. Let's see. Well, there's nothing there. I guess there is one more that I can show you guys, just a little hint of. We have our first kids book coming out. My wife has written it. I can't tell you much about it, but I'll show you some art from it, just for funs. This is not Pop Van Winkle, because believe it or not, Pop Van Winkle was not a kid's book. It's an adult book. It's a regular adult book. But I've got some cool stuff from my wife. Really not going to tell you really anything about it. Just kind of show you some of these cool things that we've got going on here. Lots and lots of wild pages here that I love. It's got my family's in here at some point. This is all us kind of hanging out. This is some of our family. But yeah, it's good stuff. It's a cute kids book that's coming out later this year. But I don't want to spoil too much. I'm going to stop sharing. But as you see, There's pages up here. Here's our family. Let me show you. So look at our family. It's all good. Got a dog. This is my daughter. This is my mother-in-law. This is me. That's my wife. So it's very cool. It's very cute. I'm very excited about it. That is one of the inspirations. Yeah. So we're not going to tell you what that's about, but that'll be coming up next year at some point. We're excited to do that. We've never done anything in the kids' realm, but yeah, that's the plan. We'll be doing that and getting that launched very soon. But that's it. Kids, wonderful people. I love you. Thank you for supporting Orange Cone and all the stuff. Again, back Granite State Punk online, and please back No Contest. I would like to get 10 more backers, please. 10 more backers to get us to 100. Even if it's a $3 tier, I'm not worried about the money amount. I really wanted to get them 100 backers. So please, 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 please. So thank you, Joe, for hanging out the whole time and draining your battery life for whatever reason you want to do that. Granite State Punk is, again, very close. We are a little under $200 away. I'm sure that'll happen tomorrow, but good night. I love you. Have a good one. I'm going to play my outro. Again, thanks, Joe, for hanging out, and I will see you guys later. Peace.